Stunned when I saw my daughter-in-law drive her own mother out of the house, my son's reaction made me even angrier. I hadn't even figured out what to say yet, when my son ran out of the house and threw his mother-in-law's bag out of the gate. Watching the two of them forcefully drive their in-law away, I could no longer remain calm. My son was fortunate to marry a wife who lived only about 1 kilometer away. That's why every time their family had a feast, my husband and I were always invited to join. And in return, whenever we had something at our house, they never failed to come. My children were busy with work all day, and only on weekends could they go visit their maternal grandparents. Every time my daughter-in-law returned home, I would receive small gifts from her mother. Sometimes it was a sticky rice cake, sometimes an apple or a bunch of bananas. Though the gifts were small, I truly cherished the heartfelt kindness from their side. To reciprocate their goodwill, I sometimes cooked delicious dishes and asked my daughter-in-law to bring them over. And so, the bond between the two families stayed close for 10 years. 3 months ago, my daughter-in-law came home frustrated and accused her parents. My younger brother got into debt of 20 million. I heard my parents gave him 10 million, and my parents-in-law gave him 5 million. That money was earned by my parents through a lifetime of hard work, saved for their old age. My brother's wife threatened divorce if he didn't repay the debt. Fearing divorce and hardship for the children, my parents gave all their savings to my brother to settle his debt. When I objected, my parents said if my brother's family broke apart, they would suffer even more. That bitterness had not yet faded when last year my parents secretly decided to give the land title deed to my brother so he could mortgage it for a loan to pay off his debts. At first my brother paid the interest regularly, but later he had no money and pushed it onto my parents. Unable to handle the interest, unable to repay the principal, my parents decided to sell their house to pay the debt. They wanted to move in with me, but I refused. They gave everything to their son, and now with nowhere to rely on, they turned to their daughter. Hearing my daughter-in-law tell the story of her parents, I felt deep sympathy but didn't know how to advise her. I only told her, whatever you do, think about filial piety. Don't let money make you heartless and ungrateful. In the past few weeks, I heard that her parents had sold their house and paid off the debt. The father went to work as a security guard in town at the age of 65, while the mother stayed at her cousin's house in the next ward. I met with my children and advised them to invite her to live with us. They had already suffered greatly, and at this time, their children should be there to comfort and support them. But my daughter-in-law said, "This is karma for my parents, who told them to give everything to their son and nothing to their daughter. Mother, don't interfere in my family's matters." Yesterday, I went to my son's house and unexpectedly saw my daughter-in-law pointing at her mother, driving her out. She shouted, "You treated your children unfairly, and this is the ending you deserve. Whichever child you gave more money to, go live with them. Don't ever step into this house again. No one will welcome you here." I hadn't even spoken yet when my son ran out of the house and threw his mother-in-law's bag out of the gate. Watching my two children ruthlessly drive her out, I couldn't keep calm any longer and rushed forward shouting, "She carried you in her womb, spent countless money raising you to adulthood, and now you and your wife join hands to throw your elderly mother out of the house. Just for the sake of money, how could you treat your in-law so cruelly? Your actions are too heartless. Aren't you afraid your children will see this and learn the same bad traits from their parents?" Later on, if your eldest son falls deep into debt, will you save him? Or will you first divide money equally between your children before you help him? Whatever you do, always leave yourself a way out. Don't be so cold-hearted. My children fell silent and said nothing more while I took my daughter-in-law's mother to stay with us. But she refused and wanted to rent a small room. I really don't know how to help her anymore. Please share with Kazoku no Neiro so we can listen and understand each other more deeply. Don't forget to subscribe and like to support. Wishing you and your family much happiness.